Okay, so the first thing I'm gonna do is use my piping bag and make sure the tip is cleared out. And then I'm just gonna outline my cookie. And this is piping icing, so it's good for writing and outlining. And this is gonna create like a dam inside or on the outside edges of the cookie to hold in our flood icing. So this is the flood icing. We're gonna cut the tip about right here. And then we're just gonna pipe this flood icing inside the snowflake. And you see it's not perfect, which is totally fine because we're gonna go in with our toothpick and get the air bubbles out. So you'll just get this filled in the best you can. And then we'll use a toothpick in little circular motions to fill in where all the little bubbles are, or the little air pockets. Just move your icing around, and it's okay if it's not smooth. Just fill all that in. And then once all the air bubbles are good, then you'll pick up your cookie and just do a little shake. And that's gonna help settle out any wrinkles. And then we're just gonna set that aside and let it dry. Okay, once our snowflake has had some time to dry a little bit and the blue has begun to crust over, you can kind of feel it's slightly tacky. If you can have it dry for a long time, that's great, but just for the sake of the video, I'm not gonna let it dry terribly long. But what we'll do to add the detail is we're gonna get our piping icing and we're gonna draw just some lines. Like this, and then some little V shapes to make the snowflake. And it's okay if it's not perfect. See, I missed a little spot right there, which is fine. All right, so now what we're gonna do is, while this is wet, I'm gonna get my plate and I'm gonna get a little bit of my white sanding sugar and I'm gonna sprinkle it on top like that while the piping icing is wet. And then I'm gonna carefully shake that off. And looks like my sugar stuck to the blue, which is fine. But if your blue is dry, then the sugar will only stick to the piping. But that's pretty much how we're gonna add the sugar. And then we'll just set that aside to dry.